Hey guys, Easy Biscuit here, and yes, I'm playing Minecraft. Why exactly? Well, you see... what's this? Oh yeah, I built the entire Final Fantasy world map in Minecraft. It's a project I've been working on for a while, and, I kind of wanted to show you guys. It's kind of cool, I think, at least. Um, as you all know, my content is mostly Final Fantasy related, and I thought I would do a nice tribute to the first game by building not just the world map, but actually the entire game in Minecraft. I don't know how long that process is going to take me, but I mean, I got the world map so far. So let's take a closer look, shall we? Whee! So, I added a couple of fun details. For example, this is your party. It's red because, well, you can't have four different colors of candles, and most of the characters are red, especially the fighter, who is usually the person who you're going to have first in your party. Over here, we've got signs telling you where all the places are, and I just kinda used the NES names for all the towns and locations because, well, this is just basically the NES world map. Um, there's also buttons next to every single location. That's for, in a future version, I hope to have command blocks that will actually teleport you to a miniature area of or I guess the mini-map of that area. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those built right now, at least that I can show you. We got little houses represented once again by candles, and we've got the castle. We've got the docks where you put your boat, except, well, the scaling might be a little off here. Let me show you with the boat. If I can spell the word boat. Here we go. Yeah, boat. Let's just not that. Oh, boat. Boat. If I climb into this boat, you will. If I can remember how to use a boat, jeez. You will see very quickly this does not fit in a 1x1 space, which is, a problem when all the rivers in this game are 1x1. So, like, let's go over here. I've got some rivers over here. Yeah. Um, let's pick up that boat. Let's pick up that boat. Yeah, okay. Yeah, as you can see, the boats aren't necessarily practical ways of transportation, and so, because thanks to the 1.13 update, which was, I don't even know how long ago that was at this point, I'm not even going to bother. Alright, but basically, if you sprint, you just become your own boat. Whee! And this does allow you to navigate rivers. Yeah, so just don't drown like this. What other cool things are there that I can show you that I've been working on with this map? Oh yeah, you'll notice the leaves, or the trees, like the forest blocks. Um, I think they actually kind of look like forests, especially from a distance. I feel like it looks like just a lot of trees. Um, we've got marshes. Honestly, marshes took me the longest to make, or at least figure out what block to use. There's a lot of blocks that I thought would be close, but then I started thinking about it, and I wanted something that on the map of the world would represent a marsh well. And I eventually found this block, and I thought it was perfect. You also notice all the mountains are 2 blocks tall. That's because in the game you can't walk over mountains. Maybe I should have made them 3 tall so you can't like peek over, but whatever. In the actual game, of course, you're looking top down so you get to see a wider area. So, I mean, you might as well. We got the Temple of Fiends. Actually, I put that in gravel. That's interesting. I didn't remember doing that. Alright. I guess it deserves that because, if I remember correctly, this is a unique sprite, which, once again, it deserves a unique sprite in the game. It's a pretty unique location. What else? Got Matoya's Cave. Honestly, the mountains, this part was a nightmare to build. Um, placing 4 blocks tall 4 very large areas of land of a very repetitive block gets very old very quickly. But hey, I pushed through it for, honestly, I don't know why. Maybe, you know what, I'll justify it by saying it was for you guys. It wasn't, I just really felt like doing it. um, oh yeah, for the weird lighter color of grass, I don't know if that's supposed to represent a savanna, or this is plains and this is grassland, or what exactly the developers intended that to look like, but I did use wool for that. Yeah, wherever there's holes in the ground that you go into in the game, there's also a hole in the ground. There's a lot of those way over here in the Cardia Isles. This desert also took quite a while to make, and I was really struggling trying to figure out what to make the Mirage Tower, and I think for a while what I had the Mirage Tower as was, I think I had it as Acacia Fence. I think the Mirage Tower for the longest time was an Acacia Fence, just chilling like that, and that just doesn't look like much of anything, let's be honest. But then the Caves and Cliffs update came out while I was working on this, and I was able to use dripstone instead, and I am so glad because it actually looks like the Mirage Tower in the game, which I think is just the coolest. Over here we've got Gaia nestled in here. So yeah, I guess as of now, if you were playing this realistically, you can actually get to Gaia. I am planning on including airship functionality, where once you get the airship, it'll just be like a command you put into the text box, and it will put you up a couple layers onto some barrier blocks, and you can fly around, and there'll be like a data pack or something that will check to see if you're able to land on the block you would like to land on. Am I going to write that? No. My friend Wigglepig is going to write that. Um, Speaking of which, shout out to Wigglepig. He actually helped me do a lot of things when I was building this. There were large chunks of land that I placed off by a block or so, and it would have taken me forever to go back and fix it. And luckily, I was able to call up Wigglepig, who is good with the technical side of things, even just basic commands, which I really suck at using. And he was like, yeah, it's not a big deal. I'll just use structure blocks and copy and paste. And that's what he did, and that's why everything looks so nice. Also, if you notice up here, I was able to fit the entire map on just 4 of the standard in-game maps. Originally, I had it set on 9 maps because I put 0, 0 right where you spawn just for sake of convenience. And then, of course, I realized that Minecraft maps are 128 by 128, and if you count the tiles that make up the Final Fantasy World map, it is 256 by 256, which, of course, if you know basic math, fits on 4 Minecraft maps. And so he does a whole bunch of stuff in mods. I don't know if you've seen on the more recent Mindtricks seasons, but there's a lot of mods going on there. And so what he was able to do is he was like, okay, just give me the file. And so I sent him the world file, and he was able to use world edit and just shift the entire map over. And now so that it lines up, the center of the map is at 6464. But I think that is just about everything. The world download will be in the description, so you can explore it for yourself. And just to appreciate the scale and just how big this thing really is. It's quite large. And just one more thing before I go. There are a couple of, I'll say secrets. One or two. I don't exactly remember how many. Because I did get bored while making this, so I went off and built some other things. And of course, Wigglepig did the same thing when he was helping me build this. So you'll probably find maybe one thing from Wigglepig hidden in this world, and one thing from me hidden somewhere in this world. And I'm not going to tell you where it is. So you'll have to find it on your own. But I believe that should be everything. And yeah, it's somewhat of a miracle, right? I put out 2 videos in the same month. That's YouTube algorithm's really going to have to pick me up now. By which I mean the YouTube algorithm's not picking me up. I don't know how you guys are here, but I am grateful that you are. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you like the style of just kind of spontaneous, unscripted video. It feels a little weird to be making one of these since most of my videos now all have scripts. Um, what else? Already mentioned world download is going to be in the description. Um, Other than that, I think that's everything. If you want an update on the ranking series, um, in case you missed it, I did a couple weeks back put out my ranking of the Super Nintendo era of Final Fantasy games, and currently I am playing through Final Fantasy VII, and I gotta say, well, originally, before going into it, I did not have, um, I was not, I was like, I, because I enjoy the 16-bit games. I enjoy that 16-bit art style, and um, I was not looking forward to haha funny triangle man and mechanics I didn't understand and weird timers that I was scared of because the only time I had ever played Final Fantasy VII when I was like 10, um, I almost got a game over because I didn't free Jessie. Her foot, I never got her foot unstuck, and so I had to have my dad come and help me. And so that's why I didn't really care for Final Fantasy VII. And I am now retracting that opinion because Final Fantasy VII is quite good. And yeah, that's about everything. I don't know when my next video will come out. Hopefully, I'll have a 10 subscriber special out that a collab with WigglePig um, out at some point in time. But other than that, yeah, that's about everything. Thanks for watching, and